Memorial services will be held today for 12 people killed in separate accidents in KwaZulu-Natal. The weekend deaths have brought safety on South Africa's roads into sharp focus, especially as we head towards the festive season. Let's get a sense of what's happening in KwaZulu-Natal and what they're doing in order to prevent road fatalities. The province's Transport and Community Safety MEC Bheki Ntuli joins me now live from our Durban studios. MEC, very good morning to you. So 12 people killed in one weekend. What's going on there?
Good morning to you, and thank you for having me. Yes, firstly, one would like to convey his condolences to all the families of the deceased. And what is happening in our province is really disgusting, because there's nothing we are not doing to educate and alert people and all road users how to be careful when driving in our roads. Yes, our roads are good. We are tearing them. We are making them what they should be. But we are disappointed that up until now, some road users are actually negligent in that as a result of their negligence, there are a lot of fatalities in our roads. We are really very much worried about that. And furthermore, if this happens before the festive season, we are worried that it seems to us that we are really sailing against the tide.
Yeah. MEC, what about the issue of corrupt officials? Just recently, a former principal administrative clerk at a driving licensing testing center was found guilty of fraud by the Durban Specialized Commercial Crimes Court. Apparently, the person fraudulently captured information of applicants into the eNatus system without the applicants completing the application forms, and in their absence, I understand. Now, the department put out a statement saying that the person even captured false eye test results on the system. Surely this is concerning. But so, because you have on one hand your department and officials trying to curb fatalities on the roads, and on the other hand you have people involved in such activities. How rife is this problem in your province?
Let me first take a step back. That in the past, we had actually closed down a number of driving schools that were corrupt, because we did have a feeling that their activities are actually contributing towards the fatalities in our roads. But yes, this incident of this person was a very bad situation for us in KZN. But we do want to leave this to law enforcement agencies for their prosecution, because we believe that a lesson has got to be learned and a strong message has got to be sent to some of our officials. It's not all of them, but whoever that is found doing that, we think that person has got to rot in jail. That is the first thing. But the second thing is that we would like to see, I just give it a direction that I do need to meet all the stakeholders, especially those that are in the traffic departments and all our law enforcement agencies, so that we will have a strategy how to deal with all these abnormalities.
Can you get us up to speed, MEC, with regards to the investigation following the uncovering of, I understand, a syndicate that is fraudulently issuing learners' licenses in drivers' license testing centers in the province? Apparently, a suspect was apprehended after he was caught writing a learner's license test under false pretense. Surely this is worrisome.
It is indeed worrisome that this happens in our stations, especially where we believe that those people should be the one that are protector, custodian of the law, the inkeeping of the laws. But as I said, we think we must stamp our authority so that those that are found guilty of such activities are really punished. Because if you do that, it means you are actually colluding with people that would like to increase the fatalities in our roads. At the same time, we want to preach to all of our road users, especially those that have just received driver's licenses, that having a license does not mean you are an expert, because you need to drive your own vehicle and you need to have an experience so that you are able to prevent accident from happening. So for anybody that is new, has newly received his or her license, must be careful. And we have all the road signs that the person shall have gone through whilst this person was learning. So people must not forget to utilize and observe those signs that they had been acquainted to whilst they were doing their learners.
Yeah.
But again, in my view, you must not only concentrate in driving your own vehicle. You must be careful of other vehicles that are coming, because you might find that you are driving carefully, but one person might actually run onto your vehicle. For instance, the accident that took place in Ladysmith 2 weeks ago, those people were driving in their lane innocently, but just a person decided to come on to their route, and they had to kill 8 people in one time. And this alone, it means you must be able to drive your own vehicle, but also you must be vigilant of other vehicles. And the other example of that, I really admire what a certain Mr. Kumalo in Ladysmith, who realized that there was a possibility of a crash, and he had to stop and observe what was happening. And as an eyewitness, he was telling me, MEC, this is exactly what happened. And we like people that are behaving like that in our country.
But what about the people that are misbehaving? Do you think that there are harsh sentences being meted out or being handed to corrupt officials in order to put paid to, I guess, having a hand in some of the fatalities on this roads?
My comments would be in twofold in that question. The first one is that those that are breaking the law, especially the one that you're referring to, I think a very harsh sentence has got to be laid against this person, because if we don't do that as government, people will always get away with murder. But the second one is that in the past, before the president of the country had actually signed the ARTO as a law, people were it was easy for a person to break the law, get to jail, get fined, and come back and start where he or she has ended. But this time around, this issue of the points being taken when you have actually broken the law, we believe it will strengthen the arm of the law, so that people would know that if I misbehave for a certain period of time, I may lose my driver's license. But the third one is that we believe that if you have committed a crime on the road, and it should not be that you have killed a person without having aimed to do so. This capable homicide terminology, I think we need to do away with that. If a person on the road has murdered another person or persons, that person should be considered as a murderer. And in that way, a hard sentence will be relevant to that particular person.
Look, apart from the human cost, which you would agree is paramount, nationally, it is estimated that road accidents cost the economy about 166 billion rand a year. What's the cost in your province, MEC?
It's a lot. It's a lot because even if you say you divide that equally, there's a lot of money. Because firstly, if there is death, like for instance, this weekend alone, we've got over 10 people that died in Gwanyuswa that are being buried over the weekend, and there are 5 in Jozini municipality.
Yeah.
There are 4 in Esikawini. There are 2 in Escort, including the director from health department. That would mean the money that the government is putting into road accident fund is enormous, enormous. And unfortunately, this is being incurred because of the misbehavior of our own road users, both people that are driving and those that are pedestrian. And hence we are urging everybody, especially now that we're heading for the festive season.
Yeah.
And we are going in November to launch a safety month as well. And this month has been an October month, which is a month that we are really educating and alerting people to be very careful when driving. Now we are saying people must know when you come to KZN, you really must know that we are all in all corners of the province, so that nobody that will think this is a banana republic.
Yeah, road safety action, I guess, needs to be 365 days a year, not just dedicated to 1 or 2 months. You have called on members of the public to inform the police if they have any knowledge of any corruption or fraudulent activities. But are people coming forward, or does the fear factor still prevail?
Yeah, now they are. It's not a satisfactory number that is coming forward, but it's not a sizable number that is coming forward. You must understand that the educating people, it's a very hard exercise, and we should take our time. And as time goes on, we believe our people would know what to do and be prepared to phone in so that they are able to inform the authority about the wrongdoings committed by those that are in the authority.
Yeah, look, I guess it's all about transforming road user behavior. You mentioned something about extending the transport month, the safety issues into November. Talk to us about your road safety program for the festive season.
We from next week we are going to, like I said earlier, we are going to have a strategic planning where all our agencies would meet and will have a plan. And I know SABC already they will tomorrow we are launching. Tomorrow we are launching in Umlazi a road safety plan. To cap these things on our road, and the minister will be here, national minister of the police, and all law enforcement agencies, so that we will begin a rollout for our roadblocks. Yeah. Though we may not say and announce them their whereabouts, but our plan is we must have our police and policemen and policewomen to be all over the province. Remember, our province is very strong in tourism, so we find ourselves being visited by a lot of people coming from different provinces. Yeah. And furthermore, we do have a relationship with other provinces where we are sharing boundaries, so that we again try to be visible on the boundaries as well, because we want to limit people that will come to our provinces and break the laws.
Look, police visibility is no doubt key, and MEC, we will be engaging with you in the months to come to get a progress report in terms of KwaZulu-Natal and how things are shaping up. But we appreciate you coming onto the program and outlining your program. MEC for Transport, Community Safety and Liaison, Bheki Ntuli in KwaZulu-Natal there. Thank you.
Thank you.